Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. I've known a lot of people over the years who invest in some crazy stuff. Things like Ripple or Dogecoin or whatever crap coin flavor of the month. Put a bunch of money into it and then it goes down or it does nothing for years and years and years. I've had friends who have invested in garbage penny stocks of companies they basically had no clue about. No idea what the companies actually did, didn't know if it was more than just a couple guys working out of someone's house, as some penny stocks actually are. I've known people who literally buy lottery tickets religiously and hope that that'll work out. And, you know, I've known people who make wild bets on stuff like gold mining companies. They make wild bets on stuff like physical silver when it's already $45 an ounce in 2010. Just all these bad bets on bad assets. And of course, the one hope that they all have is getting rich quick. And they think that, well, if you just go and bet on this thing, maybe you'll win and you'll end up rich out of this bet. And obviously, the part of the equation that they're not factoring in is that the odds of winning on those types of very, very high payoff bets is correspondingly very low. The odds are really bad. The bigger the possible outcome, the less chance it has. Because obviously, if there was some kind of sure thing, if there was some kind of perfect bet, then other people would flood into that market and soak up the opportunity. So I did a video about a week or two ago talking about the returns on various Pokemon assets over the last, say, from 2011 to 2019, I think. It was three whole generations of Pokemon booster boxes and basically showed that, well, you could have been the most legendary hedge fund manager in the entire history, past or future history of Wall Street for that matter, and you would have gotten beat by people investing in cardboard squares with pictures of fighting animals on them. Yes, boxes like this basically beat every single person who has ever attempted to make a career investing on Wall Street. They have all done worse than people who are just patient and invest in Pokemon boxes. And, if you want to have a good retirement, you want to be able to retire first off, but then you also want to maybe not step down your lifestyle when you quit your professional career and go into retirement, then, it's easy. You basically just invest consistently. You fund your 401k, you max it out if possible, you at least put enough money into it to get any matching offered by your employer, and you just invest in dumb, simple stuff. S&P 500, index ETFs. Things like this aren't hard. They simply require patience. But the reality is, anybody who has, say, a 35, 40, 45 year career and consistently invests in their 401k, it would be very, very hard to not end up with a very comfortable retirement. And so, in that sense, getting rich slow is very easy. The other thing is, it's a lot more sure. Yeah, you can walk into a casino, you can make some wild bet, you can do so at a sports book, you can do so at the gas station with lottery tickets, but more often than not, you end up losing all your money on those things. Those are highly, highly variable outcomes for very large payouts. But when you do simple stuff like calm, rational, unemotional TCG investing, unemotional stock market investing over long periods, it's really easy to get rich slowly. And that's a lesson that's very hard for people to learn. And I wasn't born knowing this lesson by any means. It took me a long time as a stock market investor to really appreciate that the best returns were going to be if I just bought S&P 500 index ETF, just funnel my money into it, and just plan to sit on it until I'm 59 and a half, or until I'm 65, or until whenever I decide to retire and start drawing from my retirement accounts. So it's a hard lesson to learn, but the sooner you learn it, the wealthier you will end up and the better an investor you will be. It's paradoxically this kind of thing where the less you do, the more patient you are, and the less you try to actively interfere, the better your outcomes will be. All the people who spend all day long day trading, thinking they're going to swing the market correctly, or thinking that they can put some option spread out onto a stock going into earnings and that they'll predict what will happen. They get lucky once in a while, but on the long timeline, they all lose money. And the same goes with highly variable bets in the TCG world, people who spec on cards because the pre release previews of a new set say that some type of card is coming back. And so they think, well, all the old versions of it will spike up in price real big because people who play Commander and use one copy per deck will suddenly just drive the price forward. Ridiculous ideas like that almost never work out. On the long timeline, those people lose money. And so, as it is in the stock market, where your best returns are always going to be calm and unemotional long-term bets, where maybe you only look at the balance once or twice a year, in the TCG market, your best returns are to buy good quality products, put them back in the closet, and forget about them. Don't agonize over how you're going to split your money between one set and the next. Cast the wide thin net, buy a little bit of everything. All these products do pretty good in the long run. The Pokemon video I showed a couple weeks ago, it shows that these sets do great in the long run. All you have to do is have the patience to stick them in a closet and wait a decade, and you will beat every hedge fund manager who has ever stepped foot onto Wall Street and hoped to leave his impression on the world. Let me know what you guys think. This is just kind of something I think about a lot, because even at my age now, and the friends who I have who are, mostly around my age too, I still see some of them from time to time just making wild bets on bad investments and thinking that they will be the ones to time the market. And so, it's something I think you will always see people doing. You'll never get everyone to understand that, hey, just stop messing with it, be patient, throw these assets in your 401k, or throw these boxes in your closet, or do both, or buy a rental house or something like that, and just enjoy the long-term gains, and you'll get very rich. We'll never reach a point where everyone understands, but I hope that through this channel I can help some of you understand, and hopefully you learned something today. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and keep joining me on Final Trade. I appreciate you all.